I recently got this question from a viewer. What does the left-hand path have to say about the sense of oneness, common effect when using psychedelics? Now, this is a very interesting question. To begin with, I'm all for hallucinogens, but when done responsibly, kept out of the hands of children, and utilized as a means to get a better understanding of the self. Hallucinogens have an unfair stigma, but luckily researchers have ignored that negative press and have recently discovered their amazing benefits. For example, the positive effects of psilocybin in treating PTSD, depression, and dementia. Also, this is interesting, there's the stoned ape hypothesis proposed by Terence McKenna, where the possible consumption of psilocybin by Homo erectus may have helped to escalate the development of the human brain. It's also been theorized that it was the use of hallucinogens that first opened our eyes to the spiritual world, which led to not only religious thought, but also to the occult sciences. But getting back to the viewer's question, I came up with this quick response. What I believe is, since we're all part of the collective unconscious, psychedelics help to cleanse the doors of perception, thus allowing an awareness of that fact. Left-hand path practices, though, allow us to retain the ego within this realm, where on the right-hand path, you do not. It would be like popping a water balloon in a tub of water. What happens to that water that was in the balloon? That would be the right-hand path. Now, what the hell did I mean by all this? To clarify, let's try another analogy, one I've used before. Let's say the collective unconscious is a vast ocean and we're ships or boats on the surface, our egos the captains of that ship. And below the surface, creatures swim about from ship to ship, sometimes benignly, other times ramming our vessels. These beings are the avatars of the archetypes. They're outside us and at the same time in us and are greater than we are. Hence, we call them gods or monsters or angels or demons. Our objective, though, is not to allow them to sink our ship and then swallow us whole. On the left-hand path, we retain our awareness of the self, thus allowing us to observe and learn instead of being devoured and lost. That's what happens on the right-hand path. There's no objective observation if you're consumed. And hallucinogens may just help us to get a better picture of what's going on under the surface of the collective unconscious, aiding us in obtaining a clearer picture of the masks the avatars of the archetypes are wearing, and thus leading us to a better understanding of that realm that is superior to the one we find ourselves in presently. So, in conclusion, my friends, foes, and faithful minions, partake in hallucinogens if thou so desire, but do so wisely. Utilize them as a means to a higher state of consciousness, because in truth, they should be a tool not to escape, but to explore.